Hello, whoops. There we go. When it reset, I forgot to connect the OBS pages to your faces, and it was just me and 2 blocks of square with some camouflage
I'm
background.
loving today. This is going
Look,
so
I think
well.
sometimes a big block might look better than me at 3 a.m.
Oh,
so
come on. Is Mercury retrograde or something? I don't know what's happening.
Is
here.
it?
I don't think it
dear,
is.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Every time
just
you
for-
do
just
that
for
now,
a-
I think, oh,
just for a bit of context for everybody watching, my microphone decided to die, so hopefully you guys can hear me through the microphone on my headset.
Yeah.
And then David's program crashed.
OBS just took a dump. It's like,
Yep.
that doesn't happen, and I record all the time.
I don't have any technological issues, but I'm losing a tooth Tuesday, so I guess that's my bad luck. So
But it's in pain right now, right?
a little bit, yeah. It's
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
Gonna
I think
ignore
you
it.
just need to yeet it out of your face.
I'm gonna yeet. It's gonna have a gap here, guys. So when I smile with this side, tell me to turn so that you don't see the gap.
I don't think
okay?
you're going to be able to see it because it's
I don't
like
think so
right
either.
at the corner of your smile.
Mhm. Yeah,
Fingers
you have to
crossed,
really
guys.
be looking. You have to really be laughing hard.
Keep telling me that, guys. Yeah, I really need this.
Today's
I actually have.
episodes. Yeah.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I totally off topic. I was going to say I actually have a yoga instructor and she has a gap right at the front and I have to like actively not look at it.
It's very distracting.
It
You
is.
have holes in your face. I mean, gotta care about your smile. All right. Today's episodes are Red Sky and Rite of Passage.
Very exciting.
So we are very excited to share these with you. We do have artwork from Adam Cahill. Do you guys have the emails?
Yeah, so
Yes.
I'm going to start before I look at it saying I expect a sky that is
Yes.
red
Mhm.
and nothing else. So if Adam does anything more than that, he will have exceeded my expectations.
Okay.
will now take a look.
You're setting the expectations pretty low, so that's good news. For,
I don't expect
for
the AI
Adam.
to do anything else but a red sky. So if it does anything
Well,
else,
that's
I'll be
where
sure.
Adam comes in.
Exactly. So let's
Okay.
go.
You guys ready?
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's have a look
Let's
at
go.
it.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Oh wow!
Massively exceeded my expectations. That is so much better than I thought it was.
That
gonna
looks
be.
like Cacao.
Incredible.
You
It
know what?
does. A
It
few
looks
more buildings
almost
than
as good as
Cacao.
this. Looks almost as good as this from last week, which I haven't rubbed out.
That is funny. Oh my god! No, it looks really good. Like it looks like period appropriate.
Correct.
It's like Tudor housing.
It's very British, yes.
They're sort of wearing the same like cloaky kind of.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's clothing. Everything makes
Farming.
sense for this. The houses were very narrow, and he captured that.
Yeah.
Ivana
No more than 2
Vasic
stories.
Did this episode pretty positive, and
Yeah.
and she actually has an architecture background as opposed to forgetting who it was who has a theater background. But yeah,
okay.
this is really cool. So well done, Adam.
Thank
Love
you,
the
Adam. That is a
color.
very good
It's
one.
very
Very good.
very vampiric.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love
it's
reds.
giving me end of days vibes.
Very
Yeah.
much so. And he's even got the church. So, yep.
Yeah.
All right. You ready for the next one?
Yes. Oh,
Rite of
that's
Passage.
beautiful.
That is a
Van Gogh.
Wow.
that
It
the
is
back.
Van
I was going to
Gogh.
say, oh,
And
Yvie,
you
I saw
guys
a Van
know how
Gogh
much I love Van Gogh.
painting the other day, and I took a photo of it for you because it was live in
Oh,
the
you'll have to
Scottish
show
museum I
me.
went to. I need to send that to you.
Oh,
yeah.
please do.
Evie does love
Wow.
Van Gogh. This is
The
nice.
color
love
is
Van Gogh.
so cool.
I hope
It's
Adam thought of
very
you when he
awesome.
made this.
And the
Yes.
chess piece, she's levitated. Yeah, this is really
Levitating,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's an interesting interpretation
Uh-huh.
of Cassandra.
Victorian
Yes.
Cassandra.
Yeah,
It is, yeah.
Everything's old timey today.
It
It's
is
in the
kind of
pictures.
old-timey,
Yeah.
which I like.
I like
So,
it. I like his aesthetic
Yeah.
choice. So
I like it.
very well done, man. Yeah,
Thank
this
you,
is-
Adam.
I
They're
love
both beautiful.
the positive and
That
negative
is
space.
a treat.
Mhm.
Yes,
So-
me too. There's just more and more to look at.
For sure.
Yeah, it's really good. I
All
like it.
right, guys. So we hang on just a second here.
Mhm.
My mother is calling. Yes. We're on the air.
Yes,
I
mother.
love how he's still.
I gotta
answering the
go.
phone.
Love you. Bye.
That's great.
She just kept on calling and calling. I'm like, oh my god, his dad had a heart attack.
Okay,
What's
well,
wrong?
yeah, well, it's
So-
concerning.
It's always
when
good
your
to
parents
answer
and
Yeah,
the
you
if
think
they call
elders.
twice,
It's an
it's like,
emergency.
okay, what's happening?
Yeah,
Sorry, everyone. Okay.
that's okay.
We have some Stargate merchandise news.
Yes.
Funko has blessed Stargate. And we've been waiting for this for a very long time, to the point where fans have been making Funko Pops for a long time.
Yep.
That's true.
Funko has officially done a Stargate run of Pops. And I sent you guys the images to it. So let's have a look at the Pops, shall we?
Okay, let's do it. Let's do a walkthrough.
Okay. So the first one here is Jack O'Neill
And then
with 2 L's.
With 2 L's, yes.
so Yvie made our
So-
meme this week.
Yes.
Around this, so I'm big loving the vibes there. Yeah, so this is triggering, because obviously, so I do love Funko Pops. You know, not everyone's into them. I like that I can show off the
Triggering
fandoms
is
that I
a
care
little
about.
strong a word, but yeah,
It's
noticeable.
a sarcastic triggering. Yes, it's like for me, right? Silly things will get me, like just the minute stuff.
So
with this one,
The
it's
fans
very
are going to be
yeah.
in the know on this throughout
Yes.
the show.
Yep.
That, well, for the earlier
One.
seasons, especially with Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Richard
Yes.
Dean Anderson made it clear it's okay if you need to get it right. And he's to the reporter, he says it's O'Neill with 2 L's.
With 2 L's.
There's another reporter. There's another Colonel O'Neill in the military with
No
only
sense
1
of
L.
humor.
He has no sense of humor whatsoever.
sense of
And
humor.
it's a reference to the feature film
To
Jack
Kurt
O'Neill,
Russell.
who had
Yes.
just lost his kid and had no sense of humor. So
Yes.
the Jack O'Neill from the film, in all the publicity and all the documentation, is only 1 L. So I
Yes.
really
Yeah.
hope that they get that updated.
Yeah.
I
But
do want these.
I
don't
want
care
it.
about
I mean, look
about
at
the
this
elves.
guy.
Yeah,
I'll be
it's
fine.
very
I mean,
cool.
he's so cool.
Well, I was thinking about it last night, and I was thinking about like a good analogy as a fan, as a Stargate fan, and this is like over the top. But all I could think about is being like kind of stuck on like a desert island for like 30 years. And then finally a team of people come to rescue you, but they call you by the wrong name. At that point, it doesn't really matter. You're still being recognized. And I kind of feel that way as a fan.
That's
Yeah.
a really good
Yeah.
analogy. I was trying to figure out where you were
kind of-
going.
Yeah, they've
We've been kind of like ignored for several decades. We're now getting a little bit of recognition in the fan space.
Mm,
And I think we just need to acknowledge
outside
it for
of
what
the fan
it is.
space.
yeah.
Outside of the fan space.
Yes.
So we just need to acknowledge it for what it is. I think it's good news that they're bringing out Funko
Yes.
Pops. In
Yep.
my mind, it kind of maybe indicates that they're looking at Stargate as a franchise.
Yep.
Because
Well,
why
it
would
is.
you
They
bring
are.
out why would you bring out a toy for something that you're just gonna put on the shelf and let collect dust?
I really
think
want
it's a good
them
sign.
To do
But I think they
SG-1.
need to do a little bit more research.
Yeah.
And
So-
we're not talking a lot of research. We're talking just a little bit. So you know,
You
they've
literally just
got
need
it
to Google
98%
Stargate
there.
movie. But like the aesthetics are really cool.
yeah,
I really like each of the individual pops.
yeah. Let's look at
I
them.
think particularly the Daniel one. It looks exactly like him.
It looks
They-
so much like James Spader. The colors, right, as well.
does.
The hair.
You see that? Yeah. You could, without the camo and the raw necklace, it would look like what's his face from The Office. But they've definitely pulled this off in terms of making a Stargate figurine, and
Yes.
I love that they've got the necklace. I think that they've got his vibe.
Yes.
Sometimes they do nail it at a Funko Pop. Sometimes they miss out on the little details because obviously it's a small model. So they're just like, we take that out, do this, do that. But I think
Exactly.
they've at least done that. And that's like what I want.
Yep.
Yes.
When you put
Yeah.
them all together,
Yeah.
they've really got it. They've really got it made. And do you
Also,
notice what's in his hands?
What Daniels?
Is that
Have a
chocolate?
look.
It's
that
a
Bunny
Fifth
Way?
Avenue candy bar. It is bunny way. It is sweet. He's not holding the amulet. He's wearing the amulet.
Yeah, he's wearing He's got Bunny Way in his head.
Isn't that cool?
That is
I
really
do
cool.
love that. See, that's a good detail.
I was really hoping that they'd do Kasuf and then have him holding the candy bar. That would have been really
that would have
cute.
been funny. Absolutely.
I will say, I want them to do SG-1, but I want them to do it where they give O'Neill 1L just because it's just funny. just do it backwards. You know? Maybe someone did do their research.
That would be tightening the screws in. I don't know. Oh, that's funny.
But remember, if you take it out of the box, you don't have to look at the L's and then it won't bother you. So anybody who's bothered, so.
The sculptures are great.
Yeah.
Let's look at Ra. Not his brother, Ray, but Ra. And he's got the amulet as well. Because he didn't he wear it? Yeah, he wore it for a portion of the movie.
He takes it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
his makeup as well. His eyeliner coming out at the sides.
Yep, and I love that the eyes are like half closed. Like
he's so done.
Bitch, I don't give a crap. I got this. And
I'm done
his sandals, his robe falling to one side. I don't know if he's wearing his hand device on his right hand, but he's definitely wearing something. This is his
Met Gala look. So
when he was receiving the mineral,
and we just lost Yvie.
Uh-oh.
Technical difficulties continue. Where's my shirt?
Here she comes.
And she's back.
I'm so sorry. I have no clue what just happened.
What's going on with us
I think
today?
Your laptop's just done today.
Is it a solar flare? All right.
I'm not sure. I seem to be the common denominator, so.
Well, I crashed.
So you're blaming yourself.
So. All right. So
I think it's me.
So they really nailed
his Met Gala look is serving.
His Met Gala look.
I said it again because Yvie missed it because she pieced out. So I'm just like, got to say it again for her.
Sorry for the delayed laugh on your joke.
Let's look at the.
I do want to say the guards are my favorite part. I think.
So yes, so we've got Anubis and Horus.
Detailed.
So in some of the marketing for the movie, it was Inubis with an I. Interestingly enough, but they've got this. They've got this one right. Anubis guard.
Wow,
I just love it.
The coloring
and
is
his
really
little are these tassels? What are these?
Yeah.
What would you call them? And his outfit. Yep.
I'm not gonna lie, that it's just beautiful. Like I'm not gonna lie, there are barely any Battlestar Galactica Funko Pops. I can't wait to put these next to my Battlestar Funko Pops on a shelf.
So they do have Battlestar Funko Pops.
They have old ones. Yeah, they're official ones. They have it.
Series.
No. They have the original one, the original Cylon Raider. So Cylon Centurion. But for the they do have the remaster. What's it called?
The Ronald Moore 2004 version.
Yeah. So they have Starbuck with a cigar. They have number 6, and they have the Cylon Centurion modern. So I have them upstairs on my shelf.
That's cool. All right.
Yeah, cool.
As they
I thought you would
be.
have put them in that room.
I got too many Funko Pops. They wouldn't fit.
Hey, Stargate. All right.
Yes.
So I do have a beef. And this is an in-world beef.
Wait, are we
on the helmets? So let's look at the next one real quick here.
Okay.
So this is Horus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Falcon. I love the detail. I mean, when you really look at the little characters and their wardrobe and their feet, everything. Can you tell what my beef is?
I mean, I have a weird beef, but I don't know if it's your beef.
What's your beef?
Well, it has the slit of like where they can see.
Correct.
Oh,
which is in production where the actors looked, but in the in canon in the movie is not where the guards were actually looking. That's too small a hole. They wouldn't be able to see. They'd have no way of fighting. So they're actually seeing through the head. That's why the headpiece is turning. It's not intimidating, making them think, oh, I'm not a human. They're actually having some kind of a readout in there that's allowing them to manipulate the headpiece and actually look around through using AR, alternate reality, or something. They're not actually looking out through the mask. The actor is looking out through the mask. But
so by
very
including
subtle. And
yeah,
you're not
that's not
supposed
subtle.
to notice that as a viewer, but they've enhanced that in the look of this, thinking that that's actually part of the movie, and it's not.
Yeah, that is bothering me. That I noticed that immediately.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Apparently, my
Now, I'm sure there'll be
detail's
fans
not
who will
very
argue
good.
with me and say, yes, the Horus Guard, the Anubis Guard is actually looking out that slit, but they're not, because
They're not.
they wouldn't be able to fight at
I mean,
all.
in the show, they tried to hide, the the slit
they're
as
hiding
best they
it's
could.
really up high.
Yeah.
The actors can barely see it, but for the model, they've pulled it down
Yeah.
a little to make
Yeah.
it more
Right.
noticeable. Is it like upsetting, in terms of a like if this was a Star Wars character and I was a Star Wars fanboy, I'd probably be really, like, come on, guys. But you know what? It's Stargate.
The annoying
I'm
thing is
lucky-
that
I consider
think
myself lucky
that
that
we
we
just
have
need-
the
yeah,
product
exactly.
because
Exactly.
Stargate gets peed on all the time. Who cares?
that's the annoying
It's
thing is that we
Stargate.
have
Who
to
cares?
sit there and accept it because we're
Yeah.
just like we're like the stepchild that no one cares about.
Red,
It's
headed, and
sad.
curly. Maybe with a
Yeah.
bald spot.
And a stutter or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. So Funko
God.
has finally blessed the franchise, and
Yes.
I am ecstatic. So
Yep. I
Gene
wasn't
Deotta
expecting
said-
this at all. So
Gene Deotta said, "How do you get the chocolate right, but not the glasses?" He's wearing the sunglasses, isn't he?
is he wearing the sunglasses?
I thought he was wearing the sunglasses. I thought that was why he's got the dark shade to them.
Do you think that? Yes, I guess
Oh,
it's
no.
slightly darker,
oh,
but
Oh,
it's
I
not
don't
like
know.
they're not like sunglasses. We can
know.
see his
Gene
eyes.
Deotta, you might be raising a good point.
Interesting.
I
I think they're just his regular because he
Have a
had
look.
regular glasses.
They didn't look
So.
exactly like that though, did they?
Well, this is an interpretation.
sure.
This is a toy.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm still glad that they exist.
Yes, me too.
I'm hopeful that they'll do SG-1 and maybe Atlantis.
That'd be cool.
But yeah,
That'd
that's
be
where we're
really
at.
cool.
So
Oh,
I guess they
and
figure they've got a couple of years before they do.
yeah,
Yes.
well, we need
They
to.
do
If you
SG-1,
want
if I
more
want it to
product,
be for the
you need to buy the
Buy it.
product.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
that's
and
right,
yes, this
yeah.
is for the 30th anniversary for sure.
So I do want to say, just in case people haven't seen it, Dial the Gate, aka David and crew, will be at San Diego Comic-Con, which is very fun. And
Yes, this is
Evie and
true.
I will be there being like David's cheerleaders. They're like the third grade, like bottom of the barrel cheerleaders.
Oh, come on.
I think we'll be
That is
more
not
like dance
true.
mums almost. We'll be like
Yeah.
checking the order and making sure the guests are comfortable. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's the vibe. So I guess if you are at San Diego Comic-Con, come hang out and
Please come say hi.
come say
'cause
hi.
I don't know too many people there.
We haven't
so-
announced the day yet.
Yeah.
But
the
I'm
schedule
very
itself
happy
is
with the
pending.
information that they have assigned to us so far. So if it doesn't change, that'll be good. But yeah, we're presenting a 30th anniversary fan celebration at San Diego Comic-Con 24. Date and time to be determined. Special guests and door prizes to be announced. We're working on them. And the panel, if you can't make it to the event itself, will air 1 week after on youtube.com/dialthegate.
Yeah.
what we
And
got
I'll do
going
my
on.
best to hold back any bad words so that it's airable on YouTube. So
Well, at that point, I can use a
You'll
bleeper.
be part of the
so-
audience.
Oh, you can.
Right, yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
You'll have time to edit it.
Well, just on the placards that they give us when we're up on stage, it says on one side it has our names, on the back it says, "Please
I've got
beware
my
that
one
members of
for
your
San-
audience are
for
18 years of
WonderCon.
age or younger and may not be." Yeah. So,
Yeah, I
they've
did a
had
good
that
job
verbiage
not
for
swearing
years.
at the last ones. That was funny.
All right, we've got some episodes
Yes.
to cover.
We do have some
Red
episodes.
Sky is going to be first up here.
Mm.
So
Mm.
let me see here.
Evie and I are just not. You could just tell how.
Mm.
I enjoy
ringing
this
endorsement from
episode. I
us.
think the opening is one of the cooler openings in the entire franchise.
It is.
So.
They remembered to put wax on people in the opener. So
Right.
that was
Well, it was because the
Yeah.
circumstances are slightly different. But you guys ready to watch?
good. Yes.
I believe so. I actually have like quite a few notes, like right off the
Ooh.
bat.
I have thoughts right off the bat, so I'm assuming from your notes I can jump on one of them at least. So
yeah,
that's gonna be.
let's try to do our best to get everyone's thoughts in. All right, Red Sky, everybody. Hope you're going to watch it alongside us in 5, 4, 3. My name is David Reed. I'm with Yvie,
Hello.
Nicole,
Hello, hello.
and you're whoa,
Oh, that
watching Wormhole
hurts.
Extremists. Oh,
I watched the behind the scenes for this, which is how I know that they did a frosting of wax for like one of the first times in a long time. And I think they had stunt doubles for Jack and Sam, but Christopher Judge and Michael Shanks just ran in for the last bit because the camera wasn't on them. And I loved that. So.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, okay. So Carter just explained that the lock on this planet was tricky. And I just wanted to say, like, if at first you don't succeed, it's not always wise to try again.
Little window opportunity nod.
Yeah,
Excellent.
yeah, there's actually, I think there's another one of those coming up later. And also, I believe this is the first time that they clarify that the rough travel through the wormhole from the original movie and the early episodes was due to a margin of error in calculating planetary drift. I think this is like the first time that they've really like highlighted that.
But at least the mouth came through upright.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Brother Malchus.
Yes, it is.
Or no, it's Elrad. It's Brother Elrad.
Yes,
Isn't
sorry,
the other guy
Elrad.
Malchus?
Yes,
Yes,
I
the
got
other
them
guys.
wrong. Got my brothers
Yes.
mixed up.
Don't worry, I didn't even remember them until you said
They're
them, so
supposed
we're
to be
good.
brothers.
Well, they're of a religious order.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
I think
that
religious
kind of brother.
brothers.
Yes.
Right.
Interesting.
So Daniel mentioned as well that he thinks that Samaria might not have required a hammer device if it had been included in the Protected Planets Treaty. So his logic kind of holds up when you consider that the Goa'uld often received some form of compensation each time a new planet was added to the treaty.
They add
So
a
these
provision.
compensations could have been enough to like keep them from targeting a protected planet, whether or not there were traps involved.
And Samaria could have been a much older settlement too.
Yeah.
So
So that kind of is ironic because it kind of ties into the episode's focus of the sky.
I love O'Neill. Ooh, what you got there?
Oh, I know. I was going to say he sounds like a child, like diving into a lucky dip at a friend's birthday.
I was going to say,
party.
it's like the Halloween thing when you knock on the door, trick or treat, and then
Yeah, exactly
they let you
right.
take a look.
Yes.
What treats do you have?
Yeah.
I
Did he
love
get an
how
apple?
Childlike he is sometimes.
Oh,
I think he got an apple. Yeah.
Nom nom nom.
I love
he
that
eats
wide
a piece
shot.
of fruit in a second.
Yeah.
So Brad Wright mentioned somewhere that shooting this episode was a great experience because they got to work in period costumes, which looked really spectacular on film.
Yes. Like, he's really enjoying that apple. He got far.
We are
the
allies of
annulus.
Thor.
Yes.
Through the window
So would
there.
you say that that Malchus is annual sus about the annulus?
Yes. Oh, here he goes. He's going to start trouble.
There
That's
has to
amazing.
be one in every episode, right?
Yep. This is the one and only time the
It's a new one, yeah.
team is referred to as elves. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. So the light is about to change in a second.
Yeah, very quick.
So according to Michael Greenberg, they constructed this village on a soundstage to manipulate the lighting for the sky to shift from blue to red. And they also filmed on location with filters and special photography techniques. And later they applied a bleach bypass to enhance the visuals, which resulted in the striking contrast.
This is a very impressive episode, lighting wise.
Yeah. Having a stroke.
Apparently you do see red, so.
Oh, God. Good to know.
And Malchus is not wrong. It's not true, is it? You went through the sun to get here.
Mm-hmm. So I'll
dear.
take phrases you don't want to hear during the Christmas holidays for $500, please, Alex.
Evie's got these like time stamped in her notes. She's like, I'm ready for it.
She's
I really
so
do.
far ahead of all of us here.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Okay, so this episode does feature Fred Applegate
Yes.
as Elrad.
Great name.
So this is his sole appearance on Stargate, and he has a diverse acting portfolio with roles in films and TV shows such as The Producers, Will and Grace, and Malcolm in the Middle. And notably, he is remembered for his role in the season 2 Seinfeld episode The Revenge, where he plays George's boss, a non-recycling womanizer.
God, that's him.
I know. I didn't realize it either.
I didn't recognize him with the beard.
Wow.
That's great.
And John Prosky as Malchus. So this is also his first and only appearance in the franchise. And beyond Stargate, he's recognized for a 6-episode arc on True Blood, and he has roles in shows like Scandal and Medium.
Great shows.
Joel Goldsmith also outdoes himself with this episode. I don't know if he's using a guitar or a ukulele. It's very high key strings.
I'll have to listen to it.
But yeah,
really
you enjoy that there, Yvie.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, especially it's especially prominent at the close of the teaser and as they're walking towards the church to go talk to the Asgard the second time.
I'll do some mouth string instruments for you so you can hear it. So Damian Kindler, is it Kindler or Kindler?
Kindler.
Kindler.
The writer, creative consultant / producer on Stargate mentioned that as the show went on, it was less common to have episodes like Red Sky, where the story starts and finishes in like one, 45-minute pocket. So
off-world at that.
Heather E. Ash also pointed out that back when this episode first broadcast, TV shows were usually made up of separate stories each week. So like if you missed an episode, you might not see it again until a repeat was shown. So they had episodes that you could enjoy on their own, whether you were a regular viewer,
which is how I got into Stargate and how so many people I know got into it.
And also in Ripple Effect, an alternate reality version of Carter does mention this episode. So that sort of suggests that similar events took place in that reality too.
We don't often see houses of worship in Stargate.
No.
That's true. Yeah, that's very true.
Ooh.
God, my guy. They got big guns. Can you chill? You're lucky they don't use them.
Yes, they're little elves with big guns.
Yeah.
He hears us always. Yeah, no, more specifically. Do you have an Asgard phone?
Yes.
Yeah, but this is a temple where you communicate with the gods. So let us communicate.
Put in a good word.
Put in a good word.
This is brilliant.
Yeah, we're buddies. We're buddies with Thor.
Yeah, they really are.
And as a part of your service, you see your elders whisked away every single day. If your head wasn't
I would love
bowed.
that.
Yes, exactly. Are you even looking? That sound, you'd have to look. You'd have to take a peek.
Oh, for sure.
I'm sure they've seen it enough times from the early childhood or something, and they're like, same old.
And it's interesting, they've upgraded the security system here so that it recognizes human weapons.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. Very much like the hammer that took away weapons, didn't it?
I love the big burly.
Well, this is Brian Jensen as Freya. I believe he did the voice and the hologram. So this is his second of 2 on-screen Stargate appearances. So he initially appeared as the head priest in season 1's episode Bloodlines.
He did!
Yeah. And while this is his last physical appearance, he will continue to lend his voice to the character of Freya in 2 more episodes, Failsafe and Revelation.
They could be drawn and quartered by nightfall.
Yeah, a bit dramatic, guys. Here's the thing that frustrates me. This guy's so fearful, and it's your religion is it's Asgard. Chill. Yes. See, it's all about like life lessons. Like the Asgard aren't teaching them shoot first, ask questions later.
Mm-hmm.
So like this guy really does like, need to calm
Can
himself.
we please have the pie puzzle now so we can call you guys directly instead of getting the answering machine?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's
And we'll do it
it'd be
incorrectly.
interesting to know how many messages the Asgard have recorded.
They're
'Cause I assume
obviously, like
pre-recorded.
hearing what they're saying and giving like some kind of a machine
pressing a
is
button.
responding to what they're saying specifically.
There's like an adaptive
maybe.
AI
yeah,
there,
it's
just
not
ready.
talking over him like the other one did in Samaria when they were trying to talk with them. So,
Because I was just wondering if they've like heard that message before.
well, I've been interpreting the messages for many years, so this guy would be smart enough to know if he was saying the exact same thing every time.
Yeah, true.
Well, he enunciated differently. Oh boy, here we go. Just
No, that's well said.
Love their banter.
Yep, it's good in this episode.
They have such chemistry.
Mm-hmm. O'Neill probably goes to one of his darkest moments in this show.
He really does.
Yes,
But, I
yeah.
also wanted to like punch that smug guy's smug face.
Yeah. Mm. Yeah, exactly.
Oh boy.
Jump in anytime.
No, he wants to leave him alone. Especially when these guys can incite a mob if they
Yeah.
wished.
There's a whole lot of pitchforks in that village, I'd imagine.
Yeah, I suspect. It's a farming village.
It's kind of like religious kind of person like him is the kinds that I'm like scared of in any entertainment. I'm always just like, oh god, like those people like must be real somewhere. And it's very scary when you have someone that just doesn't want to listen. I like this guy. He's so open.
That's why he's the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of open to a point.
Well, the thing is, he's like closed off, but in like a respectful way. He's like, look, you're not from around here. Politely
I
shut
guess.
up in a nice way. While the other guy's like, they'll be drawn and
Yeah.
quartered. Bin him off. It's like, nope.
Well, he takes into full context what their arrival represents. And in this situation, we effed up.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah, absolutely.
Did the camera
Actually
just
feel-
knock the pine tree? I think it did.
I think it
It
did.
might have done. I didn't even notice that.
It was the wind.
I really, really feel for Sam in this episode. There is
Yes.
so much pressure on her.
So not only did we bypass the safety protocol and fly through the sun, but we also were traveling with an element that screwed the sun over.
Apparently, yeah, I was piggybacking.
One of those really big, oopsie, way too convenient, inconvenient things.
Yeah, well, apparently, I mean, you'd have to probably, be like a scientist to understand. Apparently, that was a bit of a goof. So it's like incorrect science. So apparently, second generation stars and beyond, like the sun, contain heavy elements from supernovas. And despite being like a small percentage of a star's composition, these elements amount to like massive quantities due to the star's size. So therefore, a tiny amount of plutonium wouldn't affect a star given its vast mass.
Mm-hmm.
Also in the DVD commentary, Martin Wood expressed his interest in this episode, highlighting that it presented SG-1 in a different light. It showcased that the team doesn't always come out on top.
No, we can screw up
every issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, reminding us that our heroes aren't perfect.
Music.
And Robert's
It's good music, David.
Oh,
I'm enjoying it for you.
Robert C. Cooper also commented that the characters are prone to errors and encounter complex dilemmas that don't have straightforward solutions. And the team frequently steps into challenging scenarios, but their efforts don't always lead to success. So it's this sort of element of unpredictability that can captivate us as an audience and leave us curious about how each story will conclude. And Joseph Malozzi also said that this episode revealed a rarely seen side of Sam, characterized by fallibility and self-doubt.
Yep. She's not perfect.
No, she's not perfect.
She probably
they
should
lost
be the
everything
one
that time.
to talk to the Asgard this time, but O'Neill is the one who's favored, so
That's true, yeah.
I like the Sam's just like, yep, just skipping over.
Yeah, she's got to go around and find the panel.
yeah. Oh, here we go.
And pull the plug on him.
It'd be great if they sealed themselves in the at the mountain.
Yeah.
Vaulted solid rock.
It's okay. We'll just switch the stone back.
He's so sarcastic this season. It's
He
like when
really
Obi-Wan
is.
started cracking jokes in the third film, you know, like we're only flying half a ship, that kind of stuff. Love it.
Supreme Commander. I love
pinky.
that we get to meet other Asgard in this.
Yes.
So
Yes, yeah, a couple. Was it 4?
there's technically
Sam.
4 on the dais.
Yes.
Or,
Yeah.
or is it 3? Yeah, there's 4 in the wide shots, but there's 3 because there were 3 Asgard models created at that point. And if you look closely, you'll see further in the background the
duplicate.
really old one. So they go newest to youngest, oldest, youngest to oldest in terms of the shot.
Right. Oh, I'll have to
Uh-huh.
take a better look.
Yes.
These are the kind of trivia questions I never want David to ask because I have no idea.
Oh,
A
like
small
how many
little
Asgard
problem.
puppets did they use in the episode Red Sky?
Yes.
They're technically
And
3 on
what
the
was their
dais,
seating
yeah.
arrangement?
There's 4 in the wide
What
shot.
was the seating arrangement? Oh, God.
And then they reuse that in 48 hours. No, in Failsafe. Where they say,
yeah.
good luck with that asteroid.
Yeah, peace out. Carter, I could see my
Oh,
house.
so she does talk to them. Okay. Yes, that's one of my favorite lines.
Yeah, she kind of steps in with like a tiny bit of science.
Yeah.
Yes, there are safety protocols.
Yeah, we
but-
bypass those.
Yeah, because we
Yeah,
just talked to the
about
gate with
that.
its pulses.
We have our own dialing system.
We're still
Yeah.
experimenting.
Don't judge
The
us.
little head cock. So
Mm.
cute.
Oh, boy.
Because it's kind
Oh.
of yeah.
So rude.
You know, we've been undoing some of your errors, too.
Yeah,
bucko.
excuse me.
Exactly.
Replicators. Come on. Yeah. Dear oh dear.
Hmm.
Literally. I think this episode frustrates me
Yeah.
because the Asgard, this is the first time I started seeing them in a negative light. Because not all of them are perfect, obvs.
Yeah.
Never decides.
Doesn't it take them like 5 seconds to fix the problem later?
We don't know
Like,
how long they've been in orbit of the sun working
yeah,
on it.
you don't know.
oh, do you
So-
think that they've been fixing it the whole time and they were just
Well,
like
it's
trying
a
to make
Just waiting
It's
for
a
like
sun.
the perfect opportunity to,
Yeah.
like execute their plan.
They probably have to go out there, scan the star, figure out
Yeah.
what was inside of it, and then concoct the right,
They're probably doing it
cocktail
right now,
to replace
Yeah.
it.
and
probably
they're
heading
not
that
saying
way.
anything. They're probably like, hey, you guys need to like teach them a lesson. Be like, hey, you fix it yourself while they're actually
Yeah,
secretly on it.
maybe. That's a good point.
Well, the fact of the matter is
So-
they're not allowed to do this per their treaty with the
Yeah.
Global World, so they're going to go off and
true.
do it without anyone else knowing about it.
Yeah.
So
So Jack is about to meet 4 of the High Council members, but like if you saw the chambers there are like a lot more seats, like
Yep.
hundreds more. So those extra chairs could be for an audience or maybe for like other officials who drop in on meetings. So or perhaps the High Council is actually like a much larger group. And these 4 were just the ones that were available like on short notice.
Well, it's implied where everyone else is. They're fighting. So
I was
they're either
laughing at the
fighting or
shot.
protecting.
Yeah,
Jack.
I know. It does look funny that he's like talking to himself.
For sure.
I also believe that the chief Asgard council member is voiced by Dion Luther.
Yep.
So he previously played Mollum in
Yep.
2010 and will later reprise his role
Mollum.
in
That's
2001. So additionally, he'll return to voice the Asgard council member again in Failsafe.
This was also a knock. Jack knocked them at their appearance. You guys all kind of look alike.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Will they be clones?
Yep.
Yeah.
You see here, so in this, I'm wrong. So in the center is the latest model, and then in the foreground is the one from Nemesis, and in the background is the one from Fair Game.
Okay.
In that tight shot.
I think it works in this context. Got like young Asgard and like elder Asgard. So the Asgard like consider the religious beliefs of the K'tau people crucial to their like cultural evolution. But like Jack raises a compelling argument, like the supposedly compassionate and advanced Asgard are also imitating gods, much like the Goa'uld. So the difference sort of lies in their intentions. The Goa'uld impersonate deities for selfish gain, while the Asgard claim to do so for the benefit of less advanced civilizations.
Did you see him roll his eyes?
Yeah.
We're sorry.
Dear, oh dear.
Just fix the sun. It's that simple.
This is all just very like the politics is just so complicated. There are so many things
really
in play.
This is dialogue that's been pulled from the Fifth Race. And it's pulled again later on in the show. It's the same loop of bantering. I wish we would have heard more Asgard dialogue rather than just in Atlantis with them talking backwards.
Yep.
Talking backwards, yeah.
And of course, they have it memorized.
I love how they have a subsection 42.
Of course.
I want to see this book.
Subsection 42.
But we caused it.
Yeah.
It's really
It's
frustrating.
not a natural
situation.
disaster. Well,
Yeah.
I suppose that their death by irradiation from the sun would be a natural disaster. But
I
it's
mean,
a
it's
natural,
like
natural cause.
the thing is, right? So wait, when did? No, that was season 2. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say Thor went and helped before after they shot the hammer device,
Well,
but
I was going to say, like, considering all this, Thor still committed to supporting Earth in the fight against the Goa'uld after dealing with the replicators. So there might be kind of like a unique clause in the treaty for situations like this, given that the Asgard inadvertently contributed to the replicator problem. But the treaty likely restricts them from like fully arming Earth with their technology or directly engaging in combat with Earth. So any assistance they provide must conform to like the treaty's stringent rules, which is precisely why Jack refers to it as limited benevolence. It's also likely that the Goa'uld are keeping tabs on all the protected planets, you know, making sure no one steps out of line.
I'm sure they've got
Earth.
sensors.
Yeah.
So Thor
patrol
potentially
craft.
put a loophole in this just in case is what we're praying for.
Yeah.
Matte painting in the background there.
I like when they do matte paintings. It's a thing I miss.
I'd be shocked if you stopped.
That's some top tier flirting right there. I'm not gonna lie, those apples look damn good.
They look okay.
Now the one on that she's holding in her right hand, whew, I want it.
What are those supposed to be?
Is that potato?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe it's potato.
The root's kind of sticking out.
I guess I kind of like assumed it was a fruit, but yeah, you could be right.
The people looking through the window in the background there.
Yeah, I saw that. Mixing your apples with your potatoes. So,
What is that? It's a potato, isn't it?
Sam is like seeking a stable, super heavy element, heavier than plutonium, to bind with the star. But this is some more like incorrect science. So since plutonium's atomic weight is 244, she should have specified an element with an atomic weight greater than 244, as elements over 200 are not uncommon, such as lead. But those over 244 are like super rare.
Lockwatcher, Amanda Tapping, according to the commentary, said she did not like to have to explain physics with food. She had to do it with a donut in a matter of time. She did not want to explain unstable molecules with fruit.
Yeah.
Aww.
Also, David, your mum came in saying thanks to all the veterans for your service. God bless you all. Is it Veterans Day or something?
It's Memorial Day on Monday.
Ah. I don't know what to say to that. Like, because I don't want to say like
Happy Memorial Day.
Is that what you say?
Memorial Day.
Okay. It's not very happy, but it's like a Memorial Day.
We're honoring those who've passed in service to our country. Yeah.
Okay.
So we have a 50-50 shot at spending several weeks on a rocket making this thing work.
Yes.
And we're going to dismantle it, send it through the gate, reassemble it.
Yeah.
All in one cutscene. 3 weeks later.
Does anyone want to say it like the SpongeBob narrator? 3
weeks later.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
One eternity later.
Exactly.
Petter can do it really well. I can't, but he's not here right now.
You're not bad. I had like the wrong inflection. Yeah, you have to be patient and understanding, considering that they're trying to save your whole planet. Yeah, calm your farm, Melkus.
Calm your farm. I can see where he's coming from. I don't like the actions that he ultimately takes, but I can see where he's coming from.
So we're about to see Martin Wood with his giant novelty wrench just on the other side of Silo.
they're going about it so casually.
I've just brought a guest star in for a second. I need him to just say it really quickly. Say it into the mic.
3 weeks later.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, that was brilliant.
Thank you, Petter.
Is that accurate enough?
That was accurate. Thank you, darling.
That was so good.
There you go. Had to go get a guest star. That was my boyfriend, everybody.
That's funny.
Oh, Petter, that was perfect. Oh, man.
The music swells and this guy walks in.
It does.
I had missed several episodes, and I'm like, oh, this guy must be returning from a previous episode.
No, it's
and
his
it's like,
only
he's never been on
episode.
before.
No, he doesn't. So it's Norman Armour as Dr. McLaren. So yeah, this is his only Stargate role. So he actually passed away from cancer in November 23 at the age of 64. So I looked into him, and he was remembered as a specialist in the performing arts, and he was active in TV, film, and theatre. And he also made significant contributions as a festival director, curator, theatre producer, and stage director, and his work was actually recognized with numerous accolades, including the Queen Elizabeth II Diamond Jubilee Medal and an honorary doctorate of fine arts from his alma mater, which was Tolana, aka Simon Fraser University.
Yep.
Wow. That's very impressive. May he rest in peace.
Yeah.
Friendly elves.
Friendly elves.
Brilliant.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh is right.
Okay, so when the rocket explodes, the sound and sight of the explosion were simultaneous.
Yeah.
But given the distance from the gate, there should have been a slight delay.
There should have been a delay.
Yeah.
Classic.
Oh, he's pissed.
Oh, he really
Yeah,
is.
I
He's
really
been
love
barely
this.
containing his anger like this whole episode. And this guy's face is so slappable.
Yeah.
Look
Yeah,
at his
that's-
smug
yeah.
expression. Oh my god, it makes me angry.
Yes. He deserves that. The annoying thing is that the Asgard are just going to fix it and he's going to be like, I was right all along.
Yeah.
Honestly,
This is
like
a
he
great
did just kill
scene.
2 of their people. Yeah, this is a great scene. That is
it's a very
awful.
powerful scene.
I know it serves me. He's really irritating.
Look at his face though. Oh.
Yeah. Gun to you with a smile on your face? No. No,
Probably
no,
never
no.
even seen one fired.
No.
That's true, actually.
That's true, yeah. Well, I guess at this point he probably thinks it doesn't matter what happens to him. He's
Yep.
achieved his goal.
He's going to ascend. No.
Don't they put the Maclarium on a Malp? And send it through?
Yeah.
They do send it through the gate and they try and stop it like 3/4 of the way through its transmission to the other side.
Well, the speed of a wormhole pass, I mean, that'd be awfully tricky.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I think Carter says it's like a 1% chance or something.
Yep.
Yeah.
We had our part to play in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. It's like if you make a mistake, as long as you're like trying your best to fix it, I think that's really like the intent is so important. Yeah. We've got to keep being good people, guys.
They won't go.
Mm-mm.
Exactly.
Gene Diotta, I like getting the occasional reminder that Jack was Black Ops.
Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm.
That cheeky Eye of Odin.
Well, I mean, they've already kind of decided it.
Yeah. Yeah, the Eye of Odin is strong down under.
Dear, oh dear.
Is there a lunch or something that everybody?
Yeah.
The lunch bell just rang.
It's a nod to the movie.
That's very true. Yeah, he's probably getting like PTSD.
If Earth was going to be wiped out and some aliens whom you've known for 3 weeks showed up and offered you a chance to escape to a new world, would you do it?
I mean, it's either like a potential death here or a unknown and potential death with the strangers. I'd pick the strangers, but it'd be a very hard decision to make.
Yeah.
It would be
and
a hard
that's
decision.
that's coming from a religious person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, what needs to be said is going to fall on deaf ears.
Yeah, it's like revealing who the Wizard of Oz actually is.
Yeah.
Looking behind the curtain.
They have no context.
No, they don't. Yeah, all they know is this world, whereas these guys have the benefit of seeing many worlds.
I love Daniel's line there. And
Yeah.
it's like, well, what are you going to do about it?
Belief is so important.
Well, it allows us to orient ourselves upward in the world.
Yeah.
That's true.
Otherwise,
It's
we
like a
wouldn't get out of
compass.
bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's my cat.
Freya
Spelled differently though.
and a Tok'ra.
Yes.
They could have killed him for this if they weren't so peaceful.
Yeah.
One that's
See,
not
these are the
blown
kind of
up.
episodes that made me as a kid go, "Oh, is God actually like an Asgard?" You know? So,
What is a god if not a being worshipped by those beneath?
I'm trying to remember which episode that is. Isn't it
Origin.
shoot.
Origin.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the Dosai.
Doesn't
Oh.
Jonas not this Jonas, the one that Sam was engaged to
Yeah.
say it in
Yeah.
season 1?
He may say something differently, but I was quoting the Dosai.
Yeah.
This is a great line. They had the power to help you. They chose not to.
Yeah.
And he's the only. I mean, he remains level-headed.
Yeah.
He does. Just putting all of his faith into his god.
Lockhart just said that with the people standing in the windows, they're actually standing on ladders because the sets had no actual backs or something.
Oh, okay. Oh, I get what they mean. Yeah, so they're just like the facade of the building.
Brilliant.
Gene Diotta suggests Daniel framed it wrong. Daniel should have suggested that it was Freyr who must have sent them at the exact time in order to save the Katao.
Yeah, I agree.
That's a good point. Yeah, that probably
The sun should have went dark first, and then they show up. 1 in a million. Okay, 1 in 100. 5 years of McLarium.
I was going to say 5 years. Whew.
That's a lot of time. Let's use the whiteboard this time. No fruit, please.
I love her drawings.
It's great.
I love the eye blink.
McLarium.
This was me during like my exam prep the other day when my tutor was trying to explain it. I was like, what? Doesn't he do a really cute smile here when he gets it right?
He does, but it's funny because like the smug expression on Jack's face somehow suits him better than Malchus.
Yeah. He's so cute. Look
And
at his
it's like,
face.
I know, he's so proud. He's adorable. Oh. And like he gives himself like a little congratulatory yes.
Don is like, yeah. Okay. To restate, because the McLarium is already an element, it won't make any difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But that poor Malp is about to go bye-bye.
Yeah, so you got to be really quick, but if you take a close look at the bottom right-hand corner of the monitor that Sam's using, you'll notice something funny. So Carter was the one using the computer to dial this gate, but you'll see here that it actually says Sergeant A. Wilson was the user.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe she moved A. Wilson off the computer very quickly.
Yeah.
Just slid him to the
Maybe.
side. Get out
Or
the
it's
way.
playback that's reused from a previous scene, episode.
Yeah.
Oh, look at it.
Headcanon.
Look at how dark it's
Wheeled
getting.
him out the way. Yeah, that's not great. Mm. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe it takes a while.
I was gonna say, do
Yeah.
we actually have like confirmation that it was them or the Asgard, or do we never get that?
We never know
We
for
never
sure.
get official confirmation,
Right.
no.
But it's implied that it is the Asgard.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
were the Asgard waiting for the humans to do something like that? Like they just knew?
That's kind of what I think what Sam insinuates.
Yeah. They're waiting for them to do that so that it could be like plausible deniability. It
Yeah.
wasn't us, it was SG-1.
So
Don't
they
worry
were
about
kind of almost like the plutonium. They were just like piggybacking on
Yeah.
SG-1's like attempt to fix it,
it.
to
Big brain.
mask their own attempts to fix it.
Well, if SG-1 hadn't like, stuck at it and done all this hard work, then these people wouldn't have made it no matter what. So
Mm.
And boom.
yeah.
Someone
You're
put
welcome.
a Band-Aid over the sun. All fixed now.
And it goes completely black.
And take it too far the other way. You got to dial it in increments.
I bet this was not I don't think this was the original ending for the episode. I think they died.
Oh, really? I couldn't find that in my research, but you could be right. What I wanted as like a finale to this episode is like Thor giving like a cheeky wink to the camera. Like to say it was us.
Yeah, no, I love that. I'm not gonna lie, this episode was made me a little bit bitter, and I think that's why I didn't rewatch it very much growing up. So I'd say that there are some
yeah.
episodes here where I didn't rewatch them often,
Right.
and this was one of them.
So, Joe Malozzi, I think in his blog, praised the script for this episode and highlighted it as a standout sci-fi story that featured one of RDA's best performances, and it showcased like a darker and more intense side of Jack. And Malozzi also said that the episode's layered narrative sort of unfolded in a way that contrasted with Star Trek's approach. And as the SG-1 team tried to impose a solution on the inhabitants of the planet, it was a move that was very much against the grain of the Prime Directive.
Yeah.
Prime Directive.
Those Prime Directives, man.
Prime Directive.
Lockwatcher. This is like coming into an Amish community and trying to convince them that their way is wrong. Not an easy task.
Have you tried it, Lockwatcher?
Define wrong. I would argue they're very happy.
Yeah, that's a whole other can of worms, isn't it? This is
That's
this
a
is
whole
an
lot
episode.
of can of religion.
That's a can of religion. Religion is a deep thing.
That was Red Sky. All right, gang.
Nicole's got a thinking face on.
Yeah, I do.
This is one of my favorite episodes of
Really?
this season.
Okay.
Can you please explain why? I'm not disagreeing. I just want to know what your thought process is. Yeah, justify it.
I respect the Katau's power of belief.
Yep.
And I think that a simpler life is in many respects a happy life. So, but the alternative is when your sun goes red, do you leave? Do you rebuild? And I think, in my opinion, that would be the correct alternative. The humor in this episode really ties everything together well with all the other elements. I think this is Rick at his best. And I think that the team has a dynamic that is very similar to the other side in this episode, where you've got a quandary and we've got to figure out how to fix this. It's a great story about, you know, us not being right all the time. And I love the Asgard in this. I never expected to visit another Asgard planet, for one thing.
No.
It's a 5 for me. So
Really? Okay.
Who wants to go
Nicole,
next?
did you want to go, or did you want me to go?
I think I know, so I'm going to say now before I let you. Oh, I forgot. I did a drawing during it. I thought I'd update the image. At the end of the episode.
Oh, put the rocket on fire. I love it.
Just thought I'd do that. I think that for me, this one is probably a 4.
okay.
It's one that I like. I don't dislike it. I just don't love it. You know, it's like it's in a good middle space. I appreciate. So like, I'm not like overtly religious, but I respect and appreciate what different people's faiths do for them and how people believe and how they choose to go through with that. I don't know where I sit with that, as I have said many times and reiterate to this day. And it is very interesting to see. And also, David, you know, you did ask, you were like, well, what would you do in that situation if you were one of these people? And it's like, I'd be like, well, a possible death either way, but there's one with death and hope, but there's one with death and my God. So it's like, what do you do? And it is definitely, you know, difficult. I do like that we saw the Asgard again. I do like that, you know, we reuse things that we saw the hall and we're like, oh, we've been there, we've done that. It's doing that callback to earlier stuff, which I do appreciate. I like the loophole. I like the fact that you know, they found a way to fix their problem without directly getting involved, the Asgard. And I do think that this is a good example of the humans, us being a bit pooey sometimes. We don't always crush it. We're not perfect, and that's nice. That's
we
all
don't
right.
always appreciate the consequence of every button that we push.
Yes, because that was just a
That's true.
button.
Yep.
You know, but she was like, "Oh yeah, it's just in the way," and it's like, "Ooh, that was
Yeah, that was the Stargate protecting the network.
Yes,
Exactly.
And now they know that, so now they can watch out. But yeah, I think I'd give this a 4. I think
Okay.
it was all right.
Okay. Well, I'm going to jump in there with a 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Please explain.
3, 4, 5.
So, I do like that this story has delved into sort of an area that we haven't really gone to before, which is that, you know, our heroes aren't perfect and sometimes things really don't go to plan and there is nothing that they can do to fix it. I don't like all the pressure that was placed on poor Sam. You know, it's like Jack said something like, we can perform miracles. And it's like, well, not so much you, so much as Sam can perform miracles. Like, it's a lot of pressure on her to save an entire planet. And the fact that she was able to maintain her composure, I think, is really a testament to her character. I did like the light and the darkness in Jack's character in this episode, because in the spate of like 10 minutes, and I don't know what the time was supposed to be in the actual
from the explosion,
in the real life scenario, but like it went from him almost killing that guy, is it Malchus, to then patting himself on the back for correctly like defining what Sam was trying to discuss in scientific terms.
Stargate has to get a lot of emotions out very quickly.
Yeah, his grief.
So he just like spun on a dime, and I think his performance was definitely a standout of this episode. I think Christopher Judge and Michael Shanks definitely
underutilized,
took a back seat in this episode.
That's what bothers me.
Yeah, maybe a handful of lines between them. And I get that not every character can be a focus for every episode, but yeah, they definitely were, as Nicole said, underutilized. But I also can't think of how they could have been utilized more. But I don't know. I don't know whether it's because kind of religious-based episodes don't always sit very well with me. Maybe that's why I don't really like it. Like I don't like episodes like Demons, for example.
I've tried not to think about it when rating this episode. I was just like, demons. Like, well, when David brought up, he's like, you don't see Christian like structures. You don't see these kind of religious structures often. And I was like, for a good reason, David, like in my head, because I hate demons so much.
We weren't inside of a church in Demons, you know.
No, I know, but it was
is
just
a temple,
Christianity everywhere. Just get me away from it, you know.
Gosh,
So I
you
don't
Westerners.
know whether it's because I was brought up in a Christian background. I went
So
to
was
Christian
I.
school. I don't
So
know
was
whether
I.
it was because
I was not.
it was just
Maybe that's why
really,
you
like,
responded to it a bit better,
forefront
David.
of my childhood.
Not until
that I don't
high school.
like these kinds of episodes, but yeah. Anyway, so a three for me.
Yeah, you whacked my whiteboard. You raised a really good point, Evie. Yeah, I do think that like so with religion, I think that like I've always I like to be in a weird middle place because I was like so for me I was force fed it growing up. So then you hit a point in your life where you start to kind of resent it a bit and start to be like, ugh.
You mean your rebellious phase?
Yes,
the
100%.
phase that almost every person goes through?
Yes. And but like I feel like so my first primary school wasn't religious, but we still had to incorporate religion into school. But then in my next primary school, because I left halfway through, I joined a Catholic school, and then I joined an interchurch secondary school, which was Catholics and Protestants. So that's how I know most of my friends. And that was very interesting. But again, the whole Catholicism, Christianity was really like drilled into you. And I think that it's like I do get kind of irked by Christianity a bit when I see it kind of like put in my stuff because I'm just like
we have to move on.
Yes, because I want to disconnect from that. But but I do find religion interesting. And I've got to stop hating on demons, and I've got to read out everyone's ratings.
Stop hating on demons. Okay.
I hate that episode.
I love how that's your takeaway.
Yeah.
What did everyone think of this episode?
Jean Diata gave it a 6, saying it's one of my favorites. I like that it makes you think, and we get Dark Jack. Jacob said Red Sky is 4 chevrons for me. Lockwood said there are many days I wish I lived in a simple village like this. Yeah. Anthony said 5. Gecko Fett said I'd give it a 5. The premise is quite interesting. The matte paintings are amazing. The acting was pretty good, and Jack being right was cute. Yes, it is Gecko Fett. Lockwatcher, I give this a 5. This showed us that SG-1 could possibly fail, and we do not know for sure that the Asgard fixed this. The town set was amazing, similar to the future Alien Village set. Dan Ben said 4 out of 7. Shimmering Victoria, 3 out of 7. I'm only going off of memory right now. I'm assuming you're not watching it with us. That's fair. Jed Ted, 6 chevrons. Love Norse references. Becca, 5. I like the tension, the fact that they can't fix everything, and seeing a bit of a darker side of Jack is good. Jacob said Carter versus Sons, 1-1. One son destroyed, one son saved. Nice.
Yes.
Raj Luthra, my rating for Red Sky's episode is 3 out of 7. And oh god, then there's a load of like just jokes about the science, not the solar system joke. God damn it, McKay. And Jean Diata said Nicole will have to re-rate this in 20 years. And then Lockwatch said, I'm not positive that Nicole's rebellious phase is over, lol. I'm always in my rebellious phase. I came out of the womb in my rebellious phase. So, yeah.
It's not really a phase, and it's more like a lifestyle for you.
It's just a lifestyle for me. Just rebellion. You know, I am the Senate. So
I am
all that.
the Senate.
I am the Senate.
All right.
Do it. So
okay, our next episode is going to
I'm very excited for this one.
Yeah?
So I'm going to explain that when
Red
Yvie
Sky
finishes her spiel.
Excuse
Rite
me.
of
Wait,
Passage.
Rite of Passage. For gosh
Thank you,
sakes.
Lockwatcher.
I did not update the imagery here. Guys,
Give
hang on.
David a minute.
Give me just a second here. Gosh sakes. These are the things that I need to check on.
Is all pretty like religious, and
can we move on from the religious conversation, please?
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to excuse the previous stuff. I feel like I didn't get to finish my point earlier. I feel like I was really criticizing it, and I feel like I need to like double down on the like I don't dislike religion. I just sometimes find it a bit difficult to stomach when I'm watching TV, and I think that's just because of the way I was brought up. But I do appreciate it in people's lives and why people have it. So
yeah, I agree.
I just want people to know that, you know, like whatever your belief system is, I respect it. So The
Well,
more
I
the
don't
merrier.
respect, anything that has to do with human sacrifice.
No,
but,
I respect it if you're respectful. So I guess of others.
Interesting.
So
All right. Let's try this again.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Here we go.
cool.
All right, gang.
Ready to launch.
Ready to launch. Rite of Passage 506. Let me get my timer reset here. Appreciate all your patience, everyone. And we're going to start the show up in 5, 4, 3. You're watching The Wormhole Extremists. My name is David. I'm with Nicole.
Hello, hello.
And Yvie.
Hello.
And it's Cassandra, but it's not Cassandra, but it is Cassandra.
True, yeah.
Different actress from my favorite episode, Bane.
Yes, exactly. So Cassie's birthday cake actually has 14 candles, but Daniel mentioned she was 12 during its singularity in 97, so this would actually make her 16.
Well, time is all
But
relative.
So Colleen actually takes over as the role of Cassandra when Katie Stewart, the original actress, was cast as Kitty Pryde, aka Shadowcat, in X2 X-Men United.
Great film.
I love the stare down.
The real mother-daughter bond has really come forth here, and I love it.
It really has.
Yep.
I watched this when I was like 5 or 6, so I was like, I hadn't gotten to this point yet, but I was like, oh god, I'm gonna be like that one day. That's gonna be good.
What kind of candles are those that they can stay lit for, several shots of these scenes?
That's a great question.
Probably those ones that you can't blow out. Those ones that like stick, the trick candles.
Dominic is very cute.
He's enormous. Apparently the rainbow light shining on Dominic from this pyramid usually comes from the sun or some like regular light bulbs, but when the lampshade falls, it's a fluorescent tube inside, which doesn't match what kind of light it gives off.
Oh, really?
Apparently.
Well, they got to do what they got to do for the cute shot.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Aww. I don't know what to say to this because they're about to kiss, and it's like watching young people kiss kind of weirds me out.
So this was actually Colleen's first on-screen kiss.
Really?
Interview.
Well, she did a great job.
According to my interview?
It was your interview, yeah,
Really?
at Gate World, like a while ago. And she had actually previously worked with Dominic, aka Richard de Klerk, and Terrell Rothery and Garwin Sanford in a film titled Mr. Rice's Secret, which actually starred David Bowie in the lead role. And in that film, Terrell played her mother as well. So, yeah.
Wow.
I love that it's
So
like
they've
you
had
kissed her, and that's the bad thing. You kissed her as like
It was
they're
her
teenagers.
birthday.
Yeah. Lockwater said Dan Ben took only 12 seconds for Bane to be brought up as predicted. Look, guys, you can't bring in the actress from Bane and not get me to complain.
No,
It
that's
rhymed.
That's
important. It's an
true. It
important
was going to
connection.
happen. So Colleen Renison as Cassandra Fraser. So this is her first and only appearance as Cassie. So we originally saw her as Ali, as Nicole said, in Bane as
Shudders.
friend. So Colleen later actually shifted her focus from acting to music, and she joined a rock soul blues band called No Sinner, and the group received national radio attention and played at a few music festivals. So they released their debut album in 14, followed by another in 16, and additionally Colleen has 2 solo albums to her credit, released in 14 and 23. And Richard de Klerk as Dominic, we've actually met him before. So he previously appeared in the fan favorite episode One False Step, where he played Joe. And this marks his final appearance on the show. And Jacqueline Samuda as Nirti as well. So this is Jacqueline's second Stargate appearance following her debut.
I can't believe it's her second.
And we look forward to seeing her again in season 6. And she also features in Continuum. So Heather E. Ash, who is the writer of this episode, has mentioned that this particular episode actually remained faithful to her original draft. However, in her original narrative, it was supposed to revolve around Jack again and echo themes from Learning Curve, another one of her episodes, especially concerning like a child in danger. However, when they did the rewrite, the focus shifted to Janet and Sam and their
As it
roles
should.
as surrogate parents to Cassie. And Heather believed that this change significantly enriched the storyline and added like layers of emotional depth and complexity, which I totally agree with. And this is actually Heather E. Ash's last of 5 episodes. And she got to work with her childhood crush, Peter DeLuise, again.
I have to go back. I couldn't finish The Harvest. It's okay, honey. Others finished it for you.
Been many harvests since then. Linda, by the way, is saying in the chat that apparently during this time where the original actress for Cassandra wasn't available was actually potentially from A Wrinkle in Time from 2003. But I don't know.
Yes.
Well, this
I know
is
that they were pretty back-to-back.
filming in early 2001.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a blink but you miss it thing, but in a few seconds we'll see Peter DeLuise making his cameo appearance.
Yeah, isn't he sitting at
And
the
Daniel hands him the tape.
exactly.
Yeah.
What
There he is. That's a shoe.
It is a very comfy shoe.
Yeah.
This entire team was wiped out by Nirti.
I know. Rip.
This is such an interesting episode. I love it. It's another one where we get to go back to season 1 again and be like, hey, the fallout is still not
True.
done.
Yeah.
Nirti
Good
keeps
callback.
doing stuff.
And she kept track of Cassandra.
Yeah, which
So-
is terrifying.
Yeah. It really
Well, if
is.
she didn't, Cassie would have died.
Yeah.
Because she turns off whatever circuit that has been turned on by age.
So I've got a gross question that I've been wanting to ask since Nirti first got mentioned, which is
Flirty,
in
dirty,
a
nerdy.
no, but you know what? Not too far off where my brain is going. There's a device in Not Very Long where Jack
We can
picks
talk
it up.
about it. We can talk about it when
Good,
we get to
good.
it. I have it
Okay.
sitting behind me.
Okay, I want to talk about that because
that
I have
device?
questions.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean. Right.
I love that match shot.
I'm not gonna lie, it's so nice to
It
be
is
back on
actually
this
really
horrible
nice.
planet.
And I mean, I love how like the foliage has begun to take over. You know,
Yeah.
the buildings have deteriorated. Life goes
It's
on.
so weird
The
to see.
radioactive palm print is still there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Radioactive. Yeah.
And of
I
course,
really
Daniel
like
has to
this
touch
episode.
it.
The music is the same as the music from Singularity. Sorry, David.
Mhm.
You know, it's like I'm thrown back to
Mhm.
1997/8. So
I guess Nirti wasn't monitoring her. They probably triggered a system that Nirti was monitoring on this planet.
yeah,
So
that's what
she
I was thinking.
concluded Cassandra was still, or maybe she was. I don't know. I suspect that this had something to do with it, though.
Yeah, yeah. Hello.
You know, just
all
once,
stand around it.
I would like the rings to hit. Well, there we go.
Yeah.
Just once,
so-
I'd like one of them to be left outside the rings. 'Cause they
Or
weren't
just
standing
on
in
the
spot.
border and get flung away.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of looks like the ring transporter is set to only beam up people and not things like fire and dirt.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they've entered Nerity's lab, but they didn't bring any of that stuff with them.
Well, the rings
So, like, we've
don't
seen
get
this-
what's on the ground. They get
So what I was gonna what I'm thinking is that the rings are like made up to only pick up stuff that's like just a little above the ground.
Mhm.
So like the shoes on people's feet upwards.
Mm-hmm.
And water, eventually. A lot of water.
Yes, that's a good point. The water. Yes.
So excited for that episode.
With beautiful Jonas.
Oh,
Yes.
so good. My cinnamon roll. Mm.
Ooh, another one of those
Old technology.
targets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't care. He's just like, he's not saying hello to people. He's interrupting people mid-sentence.
And the memories get wiped.
Yeah.
He can't believe that a bad guy can do a good thing.
Yep. Jean Diata said, dirt and fire, no. Water, yes. Yeah, interesting. But Cronus is dead.
Cronus is dead. Yeah, good point.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's not forget, guys.
Those are so cool. I wish I had
It
one.
is.
They are pretty cool.
Could you make your own
Resin
one?
or something?
Probably.
Yeah, you could make your own with resin.
Yeah. Uh-oh.
I do have some resin at home. I'll have to see if I can make
I was
one.
going to say, I will pay you to mail that to me. I'll pay for the supplies.
Or I could just bring it to you when I
Oh,
see
I'm
you
seeing you
a
in
couple of months.
yeah, a month and a half. Yes, good point.
Oh, that's
Oof.
rude.
Mm.
Oh.
I love this argument.
Yeah.
It's the first time that I truly got to like appreciate Janet like being Cassandra's mum. I
Mm-hmm.
think
Yeah.
because you just always heard about it and saw every now and
She's
again.
strong.
But you know,
Okay, so the actor that is on the left is Hector Navarro, playing Tech Sergeant Crowshaw. So he actually appeared in 21 episodes of SG-1, typically in uncredited roles. And additionally, he had a reoccurring role in 8 episodes of Atlantis and made an appearance in 1 episode of Universe. So he actually
Damn.
made the Stargate trifecta.
Interesting.
yeah, I was gonna
Okay.
say,
Yeah.
that's very cool.
God, he looks good in that uniform.
Very sharp. Always amazed at how broad his shoulders are.
Mm-hmm. He's a big man.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Hmm. I love the Cassandra music. Really bums me out in a nice way.
I think it's supposed to bum you out.
Yeah.
Joe Goldsmith did not create it.
Oh.
It was another artist who came in for that episode. Let me see
Well, they did a
here.
good job.
Yeah, it's Goldsmith-esque.
Oh, well, sure. It's Stargate-esque. All right.
So, speaking of actors returning, so Colleen said that she was specifically invited to audition for the role of Cassie.
Ah.
She got the impression that the casting team had like a short list of girls they considered suitable for the part, but it was it sort of turned to her, and she was, you know, the fortunate one to land the role.
Hmm.
So I have like a tiny bit of I'm pretty sure I have facial blindness, so I really struggle recognizing people's faces if I
Oh,
haven't
no.
had them presented in front of me a bunch of times.
Richard
And
Band.
I-
Richard Band is the composer for Cassie's
Oh,
theme.
cool. Okay.
Yep.
And I didn't really notice too much of a difference between the two actresses that play Cassie.
I noticed
think
it
was
immediately. That's interesting.
I think it was a passable enough resemblance for my mind to think it was okay.
Yeah.
For sure.
I once tweeted the original Cassandra actress just because she was doing a like Q&A thing on Twitter when she was on the 100, and I tweeted asking, what was it like being a kid on the set of Stargate, and she said that everyone was just super nice to her and she loved it and had fun, and I was like, oh, cute. So
Aww.
no, darling, it's not great.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's not dead, so
I'm really sad that we don't get to see Cassandra again after everything that happens.
she should have been there on the base for the funeral.
Yeah,
she should have been.
Well, that's the memorial. I mean, okay, so that is sitting
that's what I'm
behind
asking.
me
Yeah.
on the top shelf, which is why people don't normally never see it. I need to.
Okay, right. So he asks, "What is it for?" And then he goes, "What do you think it is for?" And then he lets go of it in a really gross way. So
Yeah.
what earth is it for?
Well, what do you think? It's obviously related to something starting with a V.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
Okay, so I am
really?
correct in that.
Well, that's what I always thought.
That's what I always thought.
Look at the opening
my-
on the
my
end of that
mind didn't
thing.
Go there.
So it's
'cause
obviously like a well.
It looks almost like a speculum, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So I always
okay,
wondered
so
if that's
to
what it
me-
was.
Yep.
To me, it just looked like those like squiddy things that come shooting out of oh my god, what's it called? Antarctica. That's what it
Oh,
looks like to me.
the ammo, the Atlantis,
Yes,
and the
yeah,
oh right, okay. So you said squiddy shooty thing, and my brain went way too fishy.
Oh, jeez.
Oh dear, oh dear. All right.
Sorry.
Well, you know
Sorry,
what?
that's my bad.
I've been wondering for years if that was what I thought it was. It was basically a Gould speculum, and I'm really glad that David is now kind of like
Well, with the
confirmed
way
that
that
I'm
he
not alone.
reacts to
That's
it,
what I
with
thought,
his
yeah.
fingers, it
Yeah,
implies
that's
something
obviously
nasty.
where his mind went. as
Yeah.
well.
Okay, good. I thought it was just my dirty mind doing things. So, Lockwell just said Tilk might have been able to answer that after his Virginian dialogues. That was excellent.
That is good.
So good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, anytime we need to say the V thing, we should just say Virginia. So Nitty has a Virginia device. So,
Oh, for heaven's sakes,
Virginia.
that's funny.
Evie, I don't know how you're going to put that into the Monday recap, but I respect it.
I'm sure it'll happen. Cassie's really going for the.
Cassie's having a teenage
Man.
like realization thing. It's like
Very
that moment
angsty.
when you're a teenager that you realize that you're not going to live forever, and you're like, "Crap."
I love Sam's rebuttal here. She loves you and she deserves better. Yep.
Yeah.
She does. She really does.
Yeah.
I'm just being hopeless.
Yeah.
Mm. So, according to Colleen, filming this scene and the next one with the levitating piece were her most enjoyable experiences from this episode. So she explained that they used strings for some of the pieces, and the one that levitates and spins, that was added post-production.
Yeah, that's too complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if she's actually controlling the metal, it wouldn't have spun from its center. It would have spun from the
Yeah.
base. But I mean,
Oh,
I'm not
that's a
going to
good
complain
point.
after
Nope.
just complaining. But yeah, the camera is out of focus enough that you can pull off. You can do a string,
Yeah.
and because it's focusing, the focus pull is on her. So
Yes.
it could do that, and you'd never know. You'd never be able to see it.
Yeah, exactly. So this is obviously a
Spinning
reference
around.
to the Exorcist.
She does look like Reagan. That's the girl whose head spins, Yvie.
Yeah.
Right, I figured. I actually knew someone called Reagan, but her dad's name was Ray, so I think it was kind of
And her head didn't
interesting.
spin.
I knew a guy by the name of Ken. His daughter was Kennedy.
Oh.
He left her. He abandoned her.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's a sad turn.
He was not
Okay, very
enough.
short
No,
story
he's
with a really
way
sad
too
ending.
immature.
Sorry, he's mentioning magnets, so it's kind
He's
of
like
like
the
a
magnets
callback to
thing.
Window of Opportunity.
I think he's still on
So-
his high from the last episode. Of being
That's what I
smart.
was thinking.
He might be.
So whenever I play Cards Against Humanity with my friends, one of the cards says magnets as an answer, and
Yes.
whenever my friends get magnets as an answer, they know that like they've got to put it down, they've got to save it for me, because if magnets comes up because of Stargate, it's going to instantly
You just
win no
love
matter
it.
what else it is. Yeah,
Oh, that's great. I haven't played that game in a while.
it can get pretty dark.
It can really. It really can.
Huktari.
Yeah, Tari. Mm. I don't want to talk. This episode's so interesting, and I've seen it 1,000 times. I really like it.
When you think about it, Niriti's experiment is not really the first of its kind.
No.
Because previously Palops used nanite technology on the Argosians
Brief candle.
to accelerate their
Yay.
aging process and cause them to live a full lifespan in just 100 days. So this was done to expedite research on human hosts and to encourage swift evolutionary changes, which is sort of similar to what Niriti is trying to accomplish.
And she will again.
I didn't have to bring it up that time. Someone else did for me. Thank you, Evie. Yes.
And I think this is the first time that we've gotten like a really clear explanation about why Cassandra's people were killed off.
Mhm.
They were
Yes.
killed off
To hide
that
the
Niriti
experiment.
could hide her experiment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Honestly, this poor girl, right? She had a bomb put in her chest,
Oh, no.
had
She's
everyone
had an
around her
awful
die,
childhood.
and now this, honestly, right?
And then she loses her mom
no.
in 2 years.
She doesn't deserve
Yeah.
it, honestly. How could they?
No, she doesn't. That she had a pretty rough turn.
Like the depression that she's sinking into right now, that teenage, like end of the world vibes, I'd be feeling it, you know? Poor thing.
I loved Sam's reaction to I
Yeah.
can't control it.
Yeah.
I just love that their like love for this child, like, you know, keeps on coming through the show. It's
She
sad that she
says
doesn't reappear, but
that the heat from her body is leaving her body into the chess piece, and Janet
Yeah.
grabs it and it is scalding hot.
Yes.
But it would only be the
and she
magnet, wouldn't
burns
it?
her hand.
Well,
Is
the
it
magnet
all
would
metal?
the magnet would heat up the plastic.
Ah, is it plastic?
Yeah, or it could be metal.
It could be a metal chess
Oh,
piece. So
yeah.
Yeah, because the way that Sam kind of removed it from the backing when she was setting up the chessboard kind of suggests that they were stuck down. So I thought metal, like it was a magnet, like an actual magnet.
That makes sense. Oh, don't call her Janet. That's so ew.
It's disrespectful.
Like even when I'm mad at my like parents, I have never called them by their first name. That is weird.
No, nor have I actually.
When I'm mad at my mum, I go mother, you know, and then
Mother,
that's like
yes.
that's it. That's like full naming her without full naming her.
Well, I almost never call my mum mum. I call her Chook. So
But it's
Oh.
still a
if I'm angry
nickname.
with her, I'd call
Oh,
her
so
mum.
cute.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear, don't
Oh.
touch it.
Ooh, you could almost hear the sizzle there too.
Yeah.
Mhm. They added that in post. Yeah, for sure.
So good.
Ouch.
My mum's nickname for me growing up was Trouble, and I didn't like it because I didn't like always
Trouble?
being trouble. Yeah, everywhere I went, she called me Trouble.
Not a lot of
Yeah,
happy
fight.
things happen in this room this season.
No,
No, you're
dude.
totally right.
Oh my
God, this is
goodness.
a dark place.
That is cool.
Yeah.
It looked like they were stuck to the little rectangle that Sam pulled out, but there's that base is flush. There's nothing for it to like unless it's the magnet
Mm.
itself that kept it to it. Okay, that is way
Maybe
too
the
in deep.
magnet is internal. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, what do you do?
I wonder what element or molecule that chain there represents.
That's what I was thinking.
On the screen now?
No, on the table.
On the table. Oh, right. I don't know.
It would be cool if she could like if they could give her something like bigger, or just give her all the chess pieces at once for her to spin to try and like push out that heat a little bit more.
That would have
Because
been
she said it
cool.
made her feel
would have been
better.
like,
Right?
It would have been like in Matilda, like the film.
Yeah.
You know,
Right, yeah.
where the spinning, like, is it the poker chips?
Yeah. Haven't seen that movie in years. Just threw me back
I know,
massively.
it's such a good movie. It was one of my childhood favorites.
Near T first person.
Yeah, so I hadn't seen Fair Game by this point, so I did not know Nirti was there and could be invisible, so haha. In fact, I'd never met Nirti before. This is the first time I met a Nirti. I'd only like heard references to her.
I had seen her, and I was really hoping that she would appear, and I had missed the Jacqueline Samuda tile at the beginning of the episode. So
Yes.
Ah,
this is a great callback.
I love this.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So, in an interview with Gatewells, I think it was your interview, David, back in the day, Colleen mentioned that she didn't actually receive any extensive background information for Cassie's character and wasn't even provided the chance to view Katie's earlier episode.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Essentially, she was just responding to the script based purely on what was written. So I think she does a pretty good job.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been really funny if Teal came in with a water gun and handed it to her and was like, "Oh, sorry, wrong kid," and then walked out.
You look like a kid I knew.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you kidding? Of course she'll be there. But don't say it like that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, the little forehead kiss.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really bummed out, guys. Janet's gonna die in 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
But it's
don't
an
dwell on
honorable
it.
death.
Yeah, it just sucks for Cassie.
Very shocking.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know. So he's a sneaky, invisible scientist.
Just sit down on the chair. I'm sure you've been sneaking around loads without sitting. Sit your bum down.
That's true. Take a load off.
Yeah.
Jacqueline Samuda.
I'm not gonna lie.
She's great.
This outfit
I love
it
Jacqueline.
is like, you know what? I growing up, I don't think I ever appreciated how bloody beautiful she is.
Uh-huh.
Oh, she's gorgeous. Yeah.
She's half Jamaican.
What?
Yes,
I know.
Yes, I can see that. Yeah, I was always wondering what her background was.
Me commenting on her death, people are now yelling at me in the chat with crying and like, Nicole, why would you say that?
Why would you say that right
Oh,
now?
sorry.
Well, no
Sorry,
one
guys.
watching
Enjoy
this.
her while she's
yeah.
here.
Yeah, exactly. We appreciate.
Well,
the
I've got
little
that
moments.
problem where I'm already mourning my dog, even though she's alive and well, and like I'm already like, she's gonna die one day. So
They all
it's very
die.
hard. I
They
know,
all
and I
die.
can't get over it, David. I'm gonna like actually be destroyed. I don't know what to do. So knowing
you
this is
mourn
coming
and you
breaks
move
my
on.
heart. I know.
Yeah.
Gonna need some help
But
with
you
that.
don't forget. Well, join the club.
So,
I've lost
I
Yeah.
just
7.
ignore that kind of stuff
Yeah.
until it happens.
Yeah, that's not where you left it. It was slightly moved.
What changed? I forgot.
Yeah, so did I. Is it her chest X-ray? I mean, it looks like it got bigger, right? Her chest,
Mm,
the rib cage. I don't know. Mm.
Yeah, she's just thinking about the bone. I think it was just the X-ray of the bones made her think about bones.
Triggered that, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Attacked by a ninja.
I felt the gold.
Seems like,
Mm.
kind of seems like Nirti initially kept her distance from Sam and Cassie while incognito because their ability to sense a Goa'uld would have exposed her prematurely. Because like she's only just kind of exposed herself to, I mean that in a non-sexual way, exposed herself to Cassie now.
Yeah.
But assumably she's been on base for a while.
Yeah. Cronus is dead.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
So we missed a couple of things. So Sam mentioned the TERs.
Yep.
So following the Rite incident, the SGC apparently implemented the TERs or the transphase eradication rods to spot invisible
At the
entities
gate.
at Stargates, at the Earth Stargate. So if Sam is proposing they use them now, it kind of implies that sensors were ineffective.
Sure
in
were.
detecting Nirti. Or that
Yeah.
she might have used some sort of different technology to bypass it.
Yeah, but then
So,
the different technology would have Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah, so a Reddit user actually suggested that maybe the gate's TERs were destroyed during the foothold incident and they were never replaced. So I thought that was
Oh,
kind
that's
That's a little
interesting.
silly of the
Interesting
SGC,
point.
but yes.
Yeah. We also missed there was an actor that was standing behind Sam when she was radioing in for the TERs. So I just wanted to bring up this guy because I believe his name is Nicholas Barrick, and he's actually been in 17 episodes of Stargate, usually without credit. But he was actually one of the SG-10 team in a matter of time that died on that planet. And additionally, he actually shows up in 4 episodes of Atlantis. And he currently works as an actor and a stunt double. And he even did stunts for Steve Basic, who we know as Camulus in Once Upon a Time in Wonderland, which I thought was kind of cool.
That was a nice flip
Also,
for Nirti.
That was a nice flip. You know, when I watched this yesterday when I was writing my notes, I thought about when Nicole and I went to that con and she'd broken her leg, and I was thinking, well, maybe she tried to do one of those fancy spins again
On the way, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, she had like a broken leg for like the whole convention, so she had to sit in a chair. So we had to like all kind of gather around her at
so you were
appropriate times.
You were at that one.
Yeah,
We were at that one.
we were at the
yeah.
table with her. We had dinner with her.
Wow.
Yeah, she
We
was
sat with
literally
her.
sitting
She was
next to
lovely.
us. Yeah. Because didn't RDA attend like a gate con or something with a broken arm?
I'm sure.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? Good to see you
Damn,
again.
she
Here to sign more
looks
treaties?
Yes.
Fine.
She looks
Like,
great.
damn.
Yeah.
That
If she were a
eyeliner
playing
is, like,
card,
stunning.
I know which one she'd be.
Wait, which one?
Absolute
That's funny.
icon.
She's a spade.
Oh, okay.
Was
Isn't
that
that a
funny,
spade?
David?
Isn't that a spade?
Yeah, it does look like a spade. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's a spade.
No, it's not a spade.
It's a diamond.
diamond. I'm wrong.
Diamonds.
Well, I think that's fair. Like, it's only going to lightly bite us in the ass next season. It's
Lightly?
okay.
Yeah, an entire civilization of
just
people.
slightly. Yeah.
I said us,
Yeah.
not those people.
It's our fault.
Nah. Oh, dear.
RDA had his arm in a cast for most of the first season of MacGyver, according to Linda.
Oh,
Damn.
I'll have to go back and watch it. I've only watched it once all the way through, and I really enjoyed it. So
he was
might be time for
MacGyvering
a
stuff up
rewatch.
with a broken arm. What a guy.
So I recall coming across something that mentioned Terrell and Michael often played up on the connection between
Yes.
Janet and Daniel.
I
Like,
watched some
subtle
behind the scenes
gestures
stuff
like
about
this-
that.
this,
Yes.
That was on
hand-holding.
purpose. Yep.
Yes. I saw some DVD
enjoy it.
extras going into it as well that was like about this exact moment. Yep.
Also, Cassie's surname is misspelt on this medical screen.
Dear, dear.
Did it say Cassandra
So
Fraser?
it places the I, it places the I after the S instead of before it. So
Typos.
Like the TV series.
exactly.
Well, when I was at my first ever job, I had to sign in with a card, and on the screen it always came up with my name wrong, and I asked them for ages to change it. And my name was Nicole Gallio for ages.
Interesting.
That's hilarious.
And it's like, it's just so I guess maybe that happened here.
Adam got Cake Hill once. You know, like
Cake Hill.
C-A-K-E.
I'd love to live on a hill of
Cake
cake.
Hill. It's like, sounds delicious.
On
Yeah.
several of my AAA insurance documents, I'm David Bede. Yep.
Love it. Cake
That's
Hill,
actually
Gallio,
kind of
and Bede.
cute.
But those are our alter egos.
Art Vandelay.
Oh,
Oh, Madeline.
yes.
HR
Vandelay
Pennypacker, Vandelay, and then I'm missing the other one. That the
I don't
boys all
remember the last one.
have. They all have in Seinfeld. They all have alter.
Yes, they
alter egos.
do.
I love. This is Frasier at her finest here.
Yeah.
Just at a moment.
Oh, it is.
Linda just said I usually get furry instead of fury.
Linda Furry. Uh-oh.
Yeah, who's that in?
More
I mean,
Sulfates.
you'd fit in at Comic-Con, Linda. Like, you know, you already do now, but you'd fit in extra. Yeah.
But we are heroes, and heroes make the hard calls.
Yeah. Look, we haven't even met Anubis yet, guys. Nitty
You
is
don't know
barely
dangerously
scraping the
powerful.
surface.
Yeah.
Oh my god, Linda just said I can dress up as a furling. Exactly.
There you go.
You've got it. You've got it, Linda.
It's not like Nirti's going to share those details.
No, she's gonna try and be the OG, like, you know, superhuman.
The OG, yeah.
And then Anubis is gonna come in and just batter to the side. So
Yeah. So
That's a
Heather E.
court-martialable
Ash,
offense.
yeah.
It
Oh, I love
is.
this. Yeah, get that gun out.
So
Yeah.
Heather E. Ash said in her Dalagate interview that she's like drawn to stories that delve into how ordinary individuals navigate extraordinary scenarios, questioning
Yes,
how
love
they
it.
might react and surprise us.
Yeah.
So Janet's unexpected display of like protective ferocity towards Nerity definitely fits this mold, I think. And I think it reveals like layers of her character that we didn't see coming. Like
Yep.
I
Yes.
didn't see her reacting like that.
My favorite, like, whole line from this episode is when she's got the gun facing at Nitty in a minute, and Hammond is like,
Hammond?
the woman
Yeah, that's-
pointing the
that's
gun
her
at you is
mother.
Cassandra's
Cassandra's
mother. I'm
mother.
like,
Yeah.
oh, it's so good. It's like a don't mess around. This woman
Yeah,
doesn't
she goes
care.
all Mama Bear. It's
Yeah.
great.
And Jacqueline Samuda loved this. She was saying, I asked her, you know, what do you think Nirti's opinion of Frasier was when she pointed a gun
Big
at her?
respect.
And she was like, yeah, big respect. Yep.
Yeah.
Not all of your terms.
One, you get to leave. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Ugh.
Here we go.
Yes. Here we go.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so
So,
good. Power.
Hammond's call to let Nirti leave is definitely going to ruffle some feathers up top. Like,
Yes.
It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
2 episodes back, like that we had the 5th man when Simmons was like waving threats at Hammond's command.
Yeah. God, Simmons and his beautiful lips are going to come back and, you know, threaten us again.
Jeez.
Yes.
Soon.
I'm excited because in the episode that we get to see him come back, we get to see another beautiful man come in, and that is David Hewlett.
Yes.
Honestly, I'm so
Although
in
I
love with
hate
him. It's
in
unreal.
SG-1.
So do I, but I
I
don't
think
care.
you're supposed to hate him.
Yeah.
I love him in the end.
I like how they brought the speculum with them just in case.
Oh, all of it, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm glad they didn't have to use
Yeah.
that.
So
This is so reminiscent of the Cronus thing, which is like, yeah, it's
it
not
really
good enough.
is. I was going to say it's like totally reminiscent of Fair Game.
Yeah.
However, like this time, like her own survival and like liberty are at stake. So
Yeah.
kind of suggests that maybe she's like not lying, but like she does end up curing her. So she's obviously not trying hard enough.
Well, she wants to get out of there alive.
Yeah.
So is that some henna on her hand?
Might be some henna. Yeah, I think she had henna in
Yes,
the
she
previous
did.
episode.
Yeah,
She
so I
sure
remember
did.
when I was a kid, I didn't really know what henna was. Shame on me because I come from a background where I should know that. And I remember being like, what is up with her hands? Like, why is one of her hands like looks like that? And then it took me ages to come to the conclusion, oh, it must be henna.
Yeah. Wow, that can take hours and hours to do.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, kid? Good to see you again.
I killed everyone you loved.
Mm.
Oh boy.
Mm.
You know what she's going to go and do.
Yeah, she's gonna go turn people into water.
Well, not specifically
No.
that, but yeah, she's going to hurt people, and it will be your fault.
When she does when one of the guys comes back and he like explodes in a big puddle of water, it always makes me think
that
of
was
X-Men
so
2
good.
when that guy exploded in a puddle
Yeah.
of water in X-Men 2. It's so cool, such a cool effect. Love this. Yeah, this is their daughter, like SG-1's collective kid. Also,
Exactly.
Daniel kind of takes Janet's hand a little bit for a second to try and comfort her a little bit. He kind of does a very similar thing with Sam in Singularity as well. So Daniel's always just such a good supportive boo.
Of course, it's not.
Yeah, so Nerity's promise to resume her experiments on another world kind of adds like a moral twist to the debate, like about her release. So like by letting her go, Hammond and SG-1 have shown that they prioritize one life, particularly
over many.
that of someone close to them, over holding a Goa'uld system lord for strategic leverage.
Yep.
So even if it might risk the safety of like an entire galaxy and like unknown planets. So it's like risky.
And
it's big no-no.
She's already suggested, if our places were reversed, I would not let you go, and we will see that happen.
Yeah.
And the wormhole disengages too quickly after her departure.
They should have just shut it down,
which,
killer.
like, based on the events of Red Sky, would suggest that she wouldn't survive the trip. But it's likely an inconsistency with Red Sky itself, since there are like many occasions throughout the series where characters like safely travel through a wormhole seconds before it shuts down.
Well, just because it's disengaged on our side doesn't mean it's simultaneously disengaged on the other. It takes 2 seconds for the matter to transfer. So
this is my
she comes
least
out,
favorite thing, the homeworks.
Like
the last thing I want, if I'm off sick, you don't make me do that homework. Don't care how good I'm feeling. This is so cute.
It is very cute. The bond. So even though we kind of touched on this earlier, this is Cassie's like final appearance on screen. She is brought up later in episodes like Frozen, Metamorphosis, Prophecy, Heroes Part 1 and 2.
And she's seen in photo frames in the background.
Deus Machina and Line in the Sand.
Yeah, she's in a photo on Atlantis.
Yes, and on Reddit, someone highlighted the episode as like an excellent showcase of like for character development, particularly with Sam and Janet's friendship. And they said it was refreshing for viewers to catch a glimpse of the characters' lives outside the confines of their usual roles and stepping away from the predictable narratives dominated by, action and sometimes male-centered plots. And another Redditor said that Colleen Renaissance job was so good. She did such like a good job of being a teenager, as shown by how they felt that they wanted to yell at her character a few times.
I like this episode a lot, and I'm excited to dive into it and those points you just raised. So
That was Rite of Passage. Thanks for joining us.
excellent episode.
Hello, lovelies. Well, we're already 10 minutes past the top of the hour, so let's make
go,
this a little bit more
speedy.
brief.
Things
I
up.
love that they brought this character back. She was one of my favorites and one of my favorite
Yes.
actors as well in Colleen Renison. So it's a twofer for me. The return of Cassandra, yes, the return of Nirti, and the explanation for why everyone was wiped out is one that was lingering for a while. Goulds don't need reasons to Gould, but it's nice to know what this one was.
Reasons to go.
The Amanda and Terrell scenes are great. And the confirmation that more goes on in these people's lives than just what we see on screen.
Yeah.
Yes.
To make the characters more three-dimensional is really solid. This episode is a 5 for me.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna say, so when I was growing up, this episode meant a lot to me. It kind of helped me try and figure out where I existed in my family dynamics, because I've had so many step parents that I had to get used to other motherly figures in my life and kind of learn to respect and appreciate them in a motherly way without like letting go of like my mum, obviously. And I felt that it kind of helped teach me a little bit about like what motherhood and that bond is, and like, you know, because Sam's obviously a kind of surrogate mother as well to Cassandra. So I really found this episode very relatable in a way. Singularity has always been one of my favorite episodes, so getting to revisit her planet and the storyline and everything you just said, David, is excellent. And as Evie said a minute ago at the end of the episode, I really loved the fact that we got to explore you know, the motherly stuff, the seeing the characters being themselves outside of the base, that kind of stuff. And it's nice to have a more girl orientated episode every now and again. I don't need it, it's just nice because, you know, I am a woman, so it's nice.
You're a woman, are you sure?
Can you believe it? Well, so I would give this one a 6.
Okay.
I love it a lot.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
Yvonne.
Yvonne.
Yvonne
Why,
Cake Kill.
Wivey?
Yvie Cake Kill. Yeah, Pence calls you
I get
Yvie. Yvie Cake Kill.
Yvonne almost always now. That's how people pronounce my names these days. Anyway, so that aside, I would give this a 4.
Okay.
I
4, 5,
only
6.
like it a little
Again?
bit more than Red Sky. Yeah. So I do love the focus on Sam and Janet, and their bond with Cassie is gorgeous as their like her surrogate mothers.
But it's not a 5.
I think, yeah, no, it's still definitely still a 4. Yeah. I do.
Did it go
like...
up?
No, I said 4.
No,
Did I
from
not say
3 to
4?
4 back in the day. Or is it staying at a 4 from previous times? As in, like, has it changed
Has it
going into
changed?
this? Yeah.
I think I do appreciate it on a different level now that I've seen it twice in 24 hours and analyzed it a little bit further. So, yeah. So yeah, like I said, I do like the focus on the women folk.
Yeah.
I do like Colleen as Cassie. I think she does a very good job of being that really angsty teenager. Nirti is probably my favorite lady Gould. I think she's great.
Yeah.
I think she's good because she's like, I don't know, not many of them do much more than just Goulding, whereas she's kind of like a bit of a sassy scientist on the side. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so
she has
I really,
business to attend to.
She does.
Not just
She's got a
manipulating the
business to
guys.
run.
She's
Yeah.
a little bit more intellectual, and I do really like that about her character, and it's just really good seeing Jacqueline again. But yeah, definitely no more than a 4 from me at this point. But I probably would have sort of more given it like a 2 or a 3 in the past. So I think it's definitely improved.
It's growing.
In my books. Yeah, it's growing on me. Yeah.
Wow.
There you go.
So previously we were 3, 4, 5, and this time we are 4, 5, 6. Love it.
We're going up.
Going up.
Going up.
We have from the chat, Anthony, it's another 5 from me for the episode and an extra point for 4 for the episode, an extra episode for Janet being a badass. Yes. Jean Diada, I can't get higher than a 2 on this one. It's just not one that I like. Hey, look, there wasn't much Daniel in it. I understand. Raj Luthra, my rating for Rite of Passage is 6 out of 7 chevrons. Gecko Fett, 6 out of 7, great episode. Janet was amazing, always a rewatch for me, same. Jacob, 4 chevrons. Shimmering Victoria, 7 out of 7. Ooh,
Wow,
we can
okay.
see that often. My favorite episode ever. Love it.
Really?
Wow.
Who was this? Who said that?
Shimmering Victoria.
Okay,
Whoa,
wow, okay.
I love that.
There we go.
Janet being awesome and bursting through the door lives in my head rent free forever. Yes, we all
Yes.
all 3 of us sat here and were like, that moment is amazing. I watched the episode a lot. I simply adore it. Plus that smile, that ending smile, it like breaks me. It's so good.
Yeah.
Lockwatcher, I would give this episode I knew Lockwatcher was going to wait. I was waiting for the stupid flashlight. I would give this a 5. This is the episode that I expected Janet Fraser to solve using her little flashlight. Would have been a 6 instead if she did. Love to hate Nerty. Yeah. Jed Ted, 6 chevrons. Colleen kind of reminds me of Ashley Johnson, The Last of Us and Critical Role, another great actress. I love her. Yes, 100%.
Haven't seen it yet. Okay.
Amazing actress. No, Ashley Johnson, The Last of Us games. She did play the mother of the kid in of her character in the TV show, because obviously she's an adult in real life.
Okay.
And then we have Becca said 5 again. Becca and I are a little bit off today, but that's okay. That's okay, Becca. And Linda coming in with, I love this episode, 6.75. Linda, you work for David. Shame on you with the David doesn't like that.
You'll come back 1 year.
Get that decimal. Everyone's telling her off.
Disappointed David is disappointed.
Yeah. Dan Ben says 3, and then Anthony said no fractions, please. David will have a fit. And then oh my goodness. Just oh dear.
He looks like he's like barely containing his anger, much like Jack in Red Sky.
No, he's as red as the sky from Red Sky. So, dear. And
More
then
death is exactly what you people are going to get.
Gecko Pet said now on to rewatch Singularity. Getting a lock. What just said David will close the iris on you. Oh dear.
She has revised, I believe. She has revised.
Lol 7. Oh, good. Thank God, Linda. We're
Love
gonna have
you,
problems.
Linda.
Oh dear, oh dear. Ooh. Oh, that's so funny. That's what a great.
That's good to close it off.
What a great way to end that. What are we watching next week, guys? It is wait, I think I know what it is. It is The Tomb and it is Beast of Burden.
Not in that order.
Yes,
That
the other way
is
around,
correct.
isn't
I am updating the website right now with that data. Let
Beautiful.
us see here. Screen
And that is
recording.
next week.
Yes, so that is going to be. Oops, hang on. Let me refresh. There it is. Beast of Burden and The Tomb live June the 2nd. And then on June 9th, Between Two Fires in 2001. June 16th, Desperate Measures and Wormhole
bangers.
Extreme.
Yay, our namesake episode.
Guys, it's going to be the 100th episode.
Last week, I guess we could do a plug as well for Dial the Gate, because are we not all appearing in the trivia?
Yes. That is true.
With Rainbow Sun
You want to come here, Evie? Tell me to shut up, and David try to wrangle us kids, mainly me.
A herd of
And-
cats.
And Jeff Golka is
Jeff
coming.
Golka is going to be a trivia
Ritu
participant.
Charlie.
Yeah,
He's gonna
Stargate Trivia
poo. So
on Saturday, June the 1st, hosted by Rainbow Sun Franks. So
Yes.
it's going to be a big group of people, and it's going to be a fun time. I don't know how long Rainbow can stick around. He may be able to do all of it, but if not, I will be pinch hitting as well. So we've got several players coming. It's been so long since we've done an episode of trivia.
It's been a while. I think it's almost been a year.
It's been a
Which is-
long time.
It's been great because
Yeah.
Jeff Golka was like, I need David to not do trivia because I need to finish all of Stargate. So he's currently starting Universe like this week.
Okay.
So he's like on it.
Okay.
Well, you guys will be paired, so someone can. Are you a leverage? Are you a Universe fan, Nicole?
I'm a lucky David. I'm a huge Universe. I get all your questions about Universe every
Okay,
time that you
there
ask
we go.
them.
Then I guess I know
Don't you worry.
who to pair him with. Oh my God, we dialed Pittsburgh. All right, so yeah, so we'll make that happen. Yeah. All right, guys.
Exciting week ahead.
Anything
And
else?
Nicole also has her tooth removal. So
Yes, fun time.
I will be one tooth less.
Hopefully you'll be like recovered by then.
I'm sure I'll be fine. Antibiotics, blah blah, etc.,
This is
etc.
true.
We're good.
Yeah.
We're good.
Gildart Jackson,
True, true.
Janice is going to be joining us live this Wednesday, May the 29th at 12 noon Pacific time. So
I'm so in love with him.
Janice
so I'm very
was
excited.
awesome. I have
So
his briefcase.
Oh.
So and it still works.
Oh, cool.
When you put new D batteries in
wow.
it. So yeah. All right,
That's
gang.
awesome.
We appreciate you tuning in. My name is David Reed. I'm with Nicole
Thanks, guys.
and Yvie.
Thank you for coming again.
We'll catch you next weekend. Bye.
Bye.